Today is February the 14th, 2013, and for those who celebrate it, it's Valentine's Day. There are some in the world who are fortunate to be married, happily married, in relationships. They may not be married, they may be living together, and it's a great time to be showing affection and love. A lot of people don't celebrate Valentine's because their process of thinking is, oh well, I'm not celebrating Valentine's Day because you know what, we should be showing love every day. Yeah, of course, I know that. And other people say, well, Valentine's Day, for historical purposes and reasons, I'm not celebrating Valentine's Day because it's this and that. Well, okay, fine, that's your preference, and probably this message isn't for you. This message, as you'll notice from the tone, is not a boxing message. So if you're a boxing fan expecting me to do a boxing video, for this moment, show me a little love. It ain't about boxing, sorry. This message is really for those whom don't have somebody in their life, who be male or female, and are looking to find the right person. Now, this conversation was sort of triggered by one of my friends on Twitter. We were just talking, and I was thinking about how I got married. And you know, from what, 14, 13 years old, I remember as a kid, I'd lay in my bed and pray and say, I only wanted one woman to get married to. I'm now 36. I got married almost 2 years ago. And you know, every woman, I guess, I sort of got involved with, I thought, yeah, this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one. And to cut a very long story short, and I'm not shortchanging any of the women that I've dated in my life previously, but I think, and this isn't being harsh, the biggest lesson I learned in all those relationships wasn't about them, but it was about me. The drama I experienced. I mean, for example, I remember a lot younger, I remember having relationships with women and dating them, end up dating them because they needed my help, they needed my support, they looked at me as a strong character or a person that they could confide in. Women would come to me because they could confide in me, they could talk to me. They saw me as a person who was ambitious, a go-getter, and spoke sense. And that's how I guess a lot of my people, like the women I got involved with, it happened. So they depended on me, almost to the point where I couldn't do anything outside a relationship. I couldn't go and see my friends. I couldn't have a healthy lifestyle because they themselves were depending on me all the time. So they always come with their problems, So our relationship was full of problems before we could even get into things. And within me, when I realised that, I realised, hey, I've got all these problems with these women. I've got problems. Well, it wasn't women that had problems. It was me who had the problems, because I was the one who's accepting. That's the sort of person I would date, and of course, that's the sort of person that would come into my life, and of course, I'd be complacent. Oh, she's this and she's that. No, I was the person that had the issues. It starts from within, and I'm not preaching to anybody here, but if you're looking to find the right person, when I finally found my wife, it's because I made two decisions. Decision number one, I said, you know what? Don't even play in the field no more. I want to settle down. I want to find the right woman for me. And I said, you know what? I don't want any drama in my life. I don't want drama. I don't want no drama in my life. So I looked at myself, and once I acknowledged in myself that I enjoyed the drama in my life, I accepted the drama in my life, I had no problems meeting women who were all they were about were drama. All they were about was meeting with their friends and discussing, you know, our relationship with other women who were single and couldn't hold down a relationship for 2 weeks, let alone 3 years. I never understood how women who are in long-term relationships could go and discuss with somebody, or men would go and discuss with somebody who has never been in a steady relationship in their life. What do they know? Who are they to talk to for advice? Yeah, they're great to let off steam, and they say, oh yeah, well I think you should do this. I think you should do that. Based on what? Based on what? Based on, I don't know. You can't hold a relationship down for 2 weeks, or you know what? If it was me, I'd get rid of him. Well, of course you would. And they're the same when they say, oh, they want to find a good man. You know what? And these women that go and say, oh, I'm independent, I don't need a man. Well, they haven't come to realization, and the men, they haven't come to realization that within them, they have a certain drama in their lives that they haven't dealt with. So I'm not saying I'm the finished article or anything, but what I'm telling you is, I'm much happier now as a married man, than I've ever been in any relationship I've had, and that's a fact. Because I've got one person that I can trust, talk to, relate to, someone who's similar to myself. You find times you're having a conversation with women that are not even in the same wavelength as you. I was always having relationships with women who weren't even on the same wavelength as me. So you can imagine what sort of conversation they were like. So they look great. You know, after a while, after the honeymoon period of 6 months or whatever, you start to understand what that person's like. You can't grow with them, you start growing apart. So my advice to those out there that are looking for the one, the perfect one, check yourself. Check and see if you're perfect within yourself. Check and see if you're not the reason or the problem why. Remember, it's a two-way thing. Yes, they come to you, but you don't have to date them. They're just like these people that that can't live by themselves. They always have to have somebody next to them all the time. You know, learn to love yourself. Learn to spend time with yourself, but not to a point where you won't accept somebody into your life. You know, there's a balance with that. And so, message to anyone who's single and looking to find the right person, make sure that when you're looking for the right person, that they add up to what you are as an individual. You know, people say you're punching above your weight, Ingram, when they see me with my wife. Oh, she's stunning. They're punching above your weight. I'm not punching above my weight. I know a lot of people say it in joke, but my wife saw something in me. That's why she's got married to me. So, you know, it's Valentine's Day. Show some love. I hope that this message has reached whomever, and if you want to talk about anything, leave a message in the comment section, and I'll respond. This is Ingram Jones on Valentine's Day. Well, not quite I'm lying. In the Caribbean, it's not quite Valentine's Day yet. 4 hours behind. We're not far from Valentine's Day. But happy Valentine's Day, and have a good one. And if you're not with someone this year, then make it a point to fix yourself up so next year you're with someone that you love. Wow.